This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to the From Pain to Purpose radio show. I'm your host, Eva Fulton. In this show, we explore the incredible journeys of resilience, healing, and transformation. In each episode, we will sit down with individuals who have faced unimaginable struggles and turned their pain into power, heartbreak into hope, and their challenges into meaningful change and finding new purpose in life. Through candid conversations and inspiring stories, we will uncover how pain, whether emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual, can be the catalyst for profound growth and a deeper sense of purpose. So if you are looking for motivation, insight, and real stories of triumph over adversity, you're in the right place. Let's get started on this journey from pain to purpose. Let's give veterans a voice through Military Broadcast Talk. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I can get the words out of my mouth, I promise. Today is Saturday, the 20th, the year of our Lord, 2026, and welcome to the From Pain to Purpose radio show here on Military Broadcast Radio. I posted a while ago, hey, from the archery to the radio waves, and my shoulder's feeling it, y'all. I'm just letting you know, if you see me kind of struggling with the shoulder, just know this is why I did it until muscle failure, because I know I have to get this shoulder muscle built up to hold the bow. This is kind of a new sport, but it's not like I've never fired a bow before. I've just not had consistent practice at it, and I am using a new bow. So I'm tweaking the little things here and there. I bought a new arrow rest a while ago because I'm learning all these brand new terms because it's important, right? I'm not borrowing somebody else's bow. It's not a rental bow. This is my bow, and I am getting to customize it as I need. So purchased an arrow rest a while ago. It's a little drop down arrow rest. When you pull the string and you let it go, the arrow rest drops down. So it kind of does this, and the arrow goes flying downrange. So accuracy is already phenomenally better now. If I can just get my vision mostly in my right eye, because you always close your less dominant eye. I'm a right eye fire, but I have floaters. If y'all know what floaters are, I have major floaters. I even see a retina specialist. Have seen a retina specialist several times. They don't want to do vitrology, whatever it is, where they take out the vitreous fluid and refill it with saline because they're afraid I would have some retina tears. So between the floaters and my breathing because of my shoulder getting tired. I was doing much better though. Shot group is getting tighter, getting tighter. Had a bullseye. That felt so good. Why am I talking about archery? Because just the schedule. I'm y'all know that I am participating in the VA Golden Games next week. Woo, Tampa. I'll be headed down. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave Thursday after work or Friday early because it's a long drive. It's about 17-hour drive from Texas to Tampa. Might stop somewhere along the way. I've got my hiking tent, so I'm not opposed to stop at a park somewhere, a legit park, like through recreation.gov is where I usually book my stays. As much, even though I've got Hilton points I can use, I am conservative with my funds. I'm a little frugal sometimes because I just bought that new bought the new Aero Rest, so there went my hotel stay. It's a trade-off of things, right? Trade-off. Why am I talking about this? So, I did a thing and signed up for the VA Golden Games. My list of physical disabilities is way long. And I do have my challenges between eyesight. I have major headaches. They have actually gotten a little eased off a little bit since I've been back home in Texas. Thank goodness. Because, the pressure that I was feeling back on the East Coast was not tolerable. I'd reached my cap. I was reaching for the Excedrin migraine every day, sometimes twice a day. That's how bad my headaches were. Since I've been back, that first couple of days, I reached once or twice, and I haven't taken any Excedrin migraine since. My blood pressure has dropped significantly. So I didn't ever take the BP pills. I hate taking pills. Give me vitamins and supplements, and I'm your go-to girl on that. But not the meds. I don't like meds. I don't like it's like putting poison in my body. I don't treat my body that way. I treat it like the temple God has designed. Occasionally, I mistreat it with chocolate. That's my vice, is chocolate. Dark chocolate, actually. But I try to be nice to my body. It is something that I have learned over time, giving myself grace. Why does that matter? Because there have been times when I haven't been able to do things. So I've gone from the very worst of times. I have the red rollator in there in my closet. I don't ever want to have to break it out again. I've been there, done that. Yes, wore the t-shirt, didn't like it, bought the little attachments to even put my drink, the cup holder, and the bag that I could carry extra stuff in when I couldn't use the seat because I needed to sit in it. It has been a lifesaver to have it, but I really prefer not using it all. I even had a problem when I had to use a cane. So you can only imagine how bad I must have been feeling to have to use a rollator, a walker. And that was, less than 5 years ago, guys. That was very tough. I had a hard time walking from my bed to the bathroom. And that was during COVID. That was horrible when it hurt to even walk that far because I had plantar fasciitis in both feet. Yes, both feet. I could barely walk, had a broken back, broke my back twice in 2022, and had to get the kyphoplasty. If y'all know anything about my story, I've had I have 3 screws in each knee and a right femur knee replacement because it had gotten so bad. I want to say really due to the V8 not listening to me once upon a time that my femur had eroded into the marrow. So the bone had eroded into the marrow itself, and I had to get a femur knee replacement. I've had struggles over time. Oh, I've had right shoulder surgery before. I have ankylosing spondylosis. I have tumid lupus. I can't do too much sun. So lovely spray tan at work here, thanks to my daughter. And yeah, I have I do the spray tan. It's okay. And the red light therapy. I do some self-care things. Um, and so, anyways, getting back to why I decided to do the VA Golden Games. I chose some sports that I did know, like golf and bowling. I'm looking at my list. I can walk, right? I've been a hiker. I figured I know what my step is. I haven't measured off the 1500 meters and see what my time is, but I think I'll do okay just with the practicing I've done before on my hiking, because I've done some flat hiking practice runs before I get out there on the Appalachian Trail. But I expanded my horizons with some other sports. Oh, so even talking about the bowling, I bowled on leagues when I was stationed in Germany. I have somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I have a ball, but I don't know where it's at now. I don't think it made it to this house when we moved. But I have bowling shoes. Was not my highest score ever was a 298. Kid you not, 298. My kids actually witnessed it, but that was before I broke my back. So it has been a struggle on bowling since then. But, I get out there and do it anyways. Why not? I enjoy bowling even if it's not always comfortable. And I actually like the schedule that I'm doing. And so I signed up for the powerlifting. I figured if my daughter can do it, she was a state qualifier in Texas when she was in high school. If Carrie can do it, I can do it. How funny is that when you actually say, wow, my kid can do something that I haven't tried, so I can do it too. Carrie was my motivator. I told her that the other day. We were chatting in the kitchen and she laughed. She was like, really? You did it? You're doing it because I did it? I was like, well, sure, why not? I mean, if I'm always leading the things for you guys to emulate me, why can't I try and do the things that y'all do and expand my horizons? So that was a good conversation. I talked about my equipment and she's like, well, do you have the lifting shirt? And I was like, no, this is just for this one event. I didn't put forth the extra money to buy the powerlifting shirt because yes, it is supposed to help you on the pull up and everything, but I'm not going to probably do very well in it. I have been struggling with some back issues for the past month or so, so I've not been able to make it into the gym. It's my old injury from my car wreck back in 92. The whole T89, it pinches from the inside. Surgeons have like, nope, we don't want to mess with that. And it's not something that they want to try to ever fix. So it pinches from the inside. And so it's not something that's really easy for even a chiropractor to pop in place. I went to the chiropractor Thursday afternoon. We got off of work early and I went to the chiropractor afterwards and he did stuff on my neck, did stuff on my back, but still didn't quite get that little piece in there that that is affecting me even sometimes when I'm sitting here walking, breathing. It's and I've had my zapper on. It's not on right now, but I got my little zapper on. Um, it's amazing the things, the electronics we can wear and nobody sees it, but it's just zipping away at the back. The So powerlifting. Fortunately, with the VA, it's only the deadlift and the bench press. So, I will do my best. I probably am going to get smoked by everybody else who probably who may do this as an avid sport of theirs. I I look at it this way. Eva competes against Eva. I don't, even in life in general. I want to put this out there. I don't yes, I may be competing against other people because that's just the way the sport is, but I'm not really competing against anybody else. I compete against me. What are the ways that I'm improving things? I'm bringing this up because that's where we kind of raise the bar on ourselves, right? It's not about keeping up with the Smiths or the Joneses or the Browns or the Purples or whoever, right? Eva competes against Eva. I am looking to hone in on my shot group. I want to improve my time. I want to improve my handicap score in bowling and in golf. Those are the things that, and by the way, I've had a golf, I've had a archery block target out. We've had that for years now. We've had a longbow, didn't have very good arrows. And so this is not like something brand new, even with my kids. Before Mark passed away, actually, I was telling somebody this story just the other day. So my second husband, he passed away in July 2015. Early June 2015, just before he got sick. He was supposed to he went to New York. He was starting a new job. I had signed me, Cody, and Carrie up for a family camp. That was with that. I can't remember if that was through Camp Corral. Camp Corral does family camps. If y'all don't know, Camp Corral does family camps. They also have youth camps. And I'm sure the youth camps are going on right now. But if you've never reached out to Golden Corral, they have a great youth summer program and summer youth program. You ought to reach out to them. I have shared the applications out in, my local resources earlier this year, but who knows, might be able to get a wait list somewhere. But I took Cody and Carrie. We had gone to that summer camp and, we shot arrows. We did pretty good. So this is, like I said, this is not a new to me sport. I just haven't ever invested in the equipment. And I'm also going to be working with Brave Souls United. It's a nonprofit 501c3 to help develop a female veteran program and want to expand what the things are that we can do beyond just hiking and my camping and all those great skills that I have. Because maybe Eva does. I want to go hunting. I really do. That is something that I have been wanting to do for the longest, but I'm taking these little baby steps on figuring out how do I go do it, because you can't just go hunt if you don't have a weapon, right? If you don't have a method to do the shooting and killing. So, yeah, and in fact, I was at the range a while ago, was talking to a veteran who gave me some tips about local hunting opportunities through the Corps of Engineers. So I'm pretty excited to learn about about that next phase of thing as I get my shot group honed in a little bit better. And then so powerlifting is on the 28th. Let me go back to my calendar. Next Sunday, I will be, like I said, I will be powerlifting. That's the 28th. I have to be in Tampa on Saturday for the weigh-in. The competition is in the afternoon. Like I said, I'm only competing against myself. Golfing is on Monday, so that's bright and early. I'm pretty excited. I bought some new clubs, so my only issue here is I haven't practiced with my new clubs. But if you had seen my other set, you would say, "Yeah, Eva, you need some new clubs. It's okay. Invest in some new clubs. Help yourself." So have a new graphite set. I'm pretty excited. I already had the bag. I had gotten a really good deal on the bag. Was it Christmas a year ago? So now my clubs match my bag. At least I still have one of the original drivers. So got that. But it'll be good. Anything's got to be better to improve my score. Yeah, my Geen handicap is a 32 in golf, so plenty of room to improve, right? Plenty of room. But remember, Eva's motto is I only compete against myself. So Tuesday morning, the 30th. Yeah, Tuesday the 30th. It is power walking, 7 a.m. in Tampa before it gets too hot. So that'll be good. 1,500 meters. Not too worried about it. As long as my knee hangs together, I'll be all right. I've been having some new knee problems that have been creeping into my life, especially when I'm kneeling at church, picking the weeds, all those lovely things. I feel like one of my screws is starting to back out on my left leg, on my left knee. There's so it's not turning red. So I don't think it's infected or anything. It feels like my body is like, rejecting the screw. It's kind of backing out for some reason. So wish you could just kind of go tweak it, little PMCS on the knee. There we go. That would be funny, wouldn't it? PMCS your knee, Eva. So we'll see. Power walking, I think it'll be all right. Archery is at 11 on the same day. Legs, then the upper body. That's okay. And then bowling is on July 1st. So that's what the current schedule of Eva's events look like. And in between, I'll be cheering on Jose from the Motivated Mindset, and my friend Ann Maker will be there for sure. If anybody else is out there, make sure you tag me. We got to take some pictures and stuff. Find me out there. And yes, I do plan on going to the social event that is Sunday evening. It is I think it said a dressy casual. So I bought a new dress. Carrie helped me pick it out. I already had kind of one in mind, and she gave me the thumbs up on which dress I was picking. So there you go. That's my notes about the Golden Games, and I'm excited. Why did I do this? Some of these were brand new sports, right? I made some notes for myself so I could talk about all of this. Why? I wanted to try new things. And if y'all know me, I have no qualms about trying new things. And why? Why? The 5 whys. So let's ask the 5 whys about all of this. So why do I try new things? Well, one, I know that for me personally, my physical challenges and evolution has done this little roller coaster thing in life. And I don't I know that there are times when I can't do certain things. There are some sports I already know that I can't do right off the get-go. I can't run anymore. Walking, yes. Power walking, yes. Hiking, yes. With the caveat, especially if I'm on the Appalachian Trail or the Camino, that I have my hiking sticks. The biggest deal about that is it's not focusing on the things that I can't do. It's that I have learned how to focus on learning the things that I can do. And to me, that's really kind of like keeping the cup half full, not half empty. Because if I focus on the things that I can do and I get comfortable with doing these things, then I'm like, oh, now I want to try this. Now I want to try this. I get excited about trying new things. I don't know if it's like ADD or anything like that, or ADHD. I just get excited about trying new things as I'm having a toe spasm. Sorry. Sometimes toe spasms happen. Ugh. It's uncomfortable when these happen. All right. So I like trying new things. Like I said, this is about not focusing on the things that I can't do. I don't like saying can't, right? I don't know how about you, but is can't in your vocabulary? Because it is not in mine. I may ask for help on doing things because I know that there are some things that I shouldn't do. It's not smart. It's not that I can't do it. It's that it's probably not in my best interest to try it. Here's a good example. Even on a do it yourself, because I am a do it yourself person. I have a cabinet light that is out. The left one works, the right one does not. It's those overhead cabinet lights. And I was like, okay, I have a step stool here. This is this morning. I have a step stool here. And I almost climbed up on the counter and was like, probably not a smart idea for Eva to do this. I think I'll leave it for Cody to do it. I have the new bulbs. I'm pretty sure they're going to fit. But, there are some things it's probably wise to get somebody else to do those things. But as far as the sports go, giving myself the grace that, okay, what if you can't run anymore? That's not the end of the world. There are other things you can do. And I called this part different options for different seasons, right? Because it's not just the weather seasons, but our own bodies have these kind of seasons of when it feels good, when it feels okay, but yeah, it's not in high performance style. Or maybe you are in, a really good place and you want to put forth the best energy you can on something. Listen to your body and follow the season that you feel like you're ready for. Because just because you're not quite ready to go walking, go hiking on the Appalachian Trail, doesn't mean you can't take a walk around the block. Doesn't mean you can't. And by the way, in case you didn't know, the archery ranges, some of them will have rental equipment, so you're not having to go and do a full investment on equipment itself. Go do the rental. And by the way, they offer 10%, at least the range that I've been going to offer 10% discount for veterans. Um, and that's pretty nice, right? So the guy even installed my flip down rest while ago too. It was really he looked like a pretty easy process, but Uh, at least he was, he was able to do that. Just $60 for the upgrade on that rest. Made a huge difference on my shot group. But I say that part on being nice to yourself about what your body and maybe your mind feels like doing. Doing something is better than doing nothing. Okay? Complacency. Hey, Shasha. Y'all lay down. Sorry, the dog's trying to distract me. Be kind to yourself. Use kind words and don't say I can't. Say I can. And maybe I need to try an alternative. Maybe you go choose axe throwing. Maybe you go bowling. Maybe you try the archery. Go for a power walk. Do something. Motion is lotion. I have told several of my veteran friends that motion is lotion, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint as well. Because if doing nothing, think about it. If doing nothing is not working and you're still doing it expecting different results, that's insanity. Remember the definition of that? Insanity. Try something. No. Expand your horizons. I chose archery for a reason. I had some familiarity with it. I may not have already had great high tech equipment, but I started out with something basic. And yes, it does have to be customizable to you because I may have a different pull distance and weight than what my daughter does. Not like she probably couldn't use mine as well, but she could pull harder than what I actually think I probably am about ready to tighten it up a little bit. Um, which is good. At least this arm is getting stronger and pulling it. It's this arm that's holding it up. That's actually it's this shoulder that's hurting. The left shoulder is hurting. But we just have to be nice to ourselves. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Yay, one of my LinkedIn friends. So be nice to yourself. Find another option on what you may want to try. There are plenty of other sports out there. Maybe you're into swimming. A different sport that I tried that I did in 2018 and I've had them on before. Deep Sea Valkyries is a nonprofit. Scuba diving. I love scuba diving and have been to some great locations. Let's see, besides the Bahamas, love the washing machine in the Bahamas. If you ever get a chance to go scuba diving there, recommend the washing machine that's in the Exuma Islands out there. Crazy. It's so crazy. It's like a roller coaster underwater. Seriously, and it's so fun. And yes, you may get the spin cycle in there. It is so cool. So that was with Deep Sea Valkyries, and I've been to I've been scuba diving in Hawaii and Tulum, Mexico, look, Cayman Brac. Yeah, that's where I was at. I was only there for a couple of days, and that's when Mama passed away. So I didn't get the whole full effect of scuba diving in Cayman Brac, but that was gorgeous. The resort there was beautiful. And Belize. I took my kids to Belize several years ago and got to dive the blue hole there. That was deep, 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 deep. Love scuba diving. It's expensive, but man, I love the scuba diving. That was fun. But I know that I can't ever do the skydiving because the landing for me would be not so good, right? That's what my former what is it? what's it called? Exchange student from Germany, Dennis would say, "Nick's so good." Yeah, that's not so good. And he took up scuba diving as well. But yeah, me and skydiving, Nick's so good. Nick's so good. But that's okay. You have to know what your limits are. Finding limitations in what you can do and what you can't do are perfectly okay. That's important because you want to give yourself some grace and not think that, I'm not going mountain climbing like, with the whole gear and hanging off of the cliffs and yeah, that's not me. I don't even want to try that. I think I don't have all of the right kind of strength to do that one. It's I'm just not that interested. There are plenty of other things that I can do, and I'm willing to know what my limits are, but I'm okay with learning how to do other things. And I think that is quite all right. Giving ourselves both the grace to do that as well as just being flexible. And maybe you find that something is not comfortable for you. It doesn't mean you can't try something else because your physical abilities, your mental abilities, the weather, what is why am I even looking at, doing archery? Because it is still an indoor sport that I can do when it's too hot. I can still get out of the house because now that I am actually teleworking, the office is closed, the Fort Worth office is closed. So I'm spending lots of time here at the house, and I love my house, don't get me wrong. But I also can get kind of, remember that whole COVID claustrophobia kind of thing. I want to say claustrophobia, but you get that shut in kind of feel. Getting out of the house is healthy. So when I come back I'll be gone for 2 weeks. I'll be able to get back to the gym, and I have an alternative going to the archery range and getting out. I was talking with my son yesterday, and he was helping me do some chores. I posted about, getting the front flower beds done, that I haven't had adult conversation all week long. And he was like, "Oh, it didn't trigger with him that I had he's like, "But you have work." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's work conversation. It has nothing to do with adult conversation." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't really think about that." You know, it's okay for us to have some conversations with people beyond what's happening here at the house and getting out there and talking to new people. It was kind of nice when I walked out of the range a while ago. The pro that helped me on Monday, he was arriving when I was, we were literally walked past each other, and he's like, "So how are you doing?" And I was like, "Great." And I thanked him again for all of the help that he gave me on Monday. And I told him I got that new arrow rest. And he goes, "Now it's time to work on the shot group." I was like, "Yes, sir." But it was so nice to have that encouragement from a pro. And the front desk had advised me, this guy's a pro. He can kind of, he can get a little cantankerous sometimes. And I was like, "No, yeah, I'll make sure I stay on his good side." Well, he was cheering me on. So that was pretty nice. But it was kind of funny when I first walked into the archery range. I walked to the counter to to go ahead and check in, to go upstairs to practice. And this guy looked at me, goes, "After you, ma'am. You look dangerous." I'm like, "That's the first time anybody has ever told me I look like I'm dangerous." That was hilarious. "Me? dangerous looking. that was so funny. Yeah, that's a first. Okay, whatever. I was like, why did you even say that? He goes, because look at what you're holding. You got a bow and you have arrows. So that makes you dangerous. Okay, whatever. That was kind of funny. So, anyways, even dangerous. I don't know if I've ever heard that in the same sentence. Even and dangerous. Anyways, humor, humor, humor. So, what I've learned through this is be nice to myself. It's being nice to myself about not being overcritical, because then I had to think, if I'm working on my shot group, whether it's archery, whether it's in bowling and not splitting pins. And that's when I went bowling last with my dad back in Dover. I get split pins, I don't know how many times. Right down the middle. I try to get slightly off center. That's all right. I was right down the middle and getting split pins. I don't know how many times. You can get one. It's hard to get both of those split pins down. Why is that important though? Remember the 5 whys. Why? Because you don't want to beat yourself up over in the head about why you didn't do something. Troubleshoot, breathe, troubleshoot, and then figure out, what can I improve? Is this for Eva a vision and a breathing and it's I think I'm okay on the trigger squeeze side of things, but it- it's and now that I've got the new rest, I was getting, is it an equipment thing? So you have to get things in alignment. And now that this is, got this new rest, am I making sure that in my target things are lining up and down, and this way correctly or not? Because then as long as, like my friend John was, work on that shot group, because once you work on the shot group, even Mike the pro had said that Monday, once you can get the shot group honed in, then you can know whether it's a vision and a breathing thing. But I went to the optometrist the other day. I have new glasses on order, so hopefully that'll fix some things too. I have astigmatism, and then I have these floaters also. So things, when I get the floater in the way, when I think, just about the time when I think that I'm going to be able to shoot, the floater gets in the way, and then I just have to have faith and release, right? I have to release the trigger, and just sometimes those have been my best shots, cuz then I'm not overthinking where the arrow is going to go. But it's going through it's the mental game, just like you do in bowling. You get it lined up, get your feet in the right place. I have a certain hold that I do before I start, bringing the arm back and start walking forward. All of those things take some rhythm, and you have to find what your rhythm is. The point in that is making sure that you don't overthink it. Don't let the self-doubt cause you the issues that keep you discouraged. Go back to the fundamentals and think about, what is it that I need to change? Is it something I have control over, or is it an equipment thing? Because maybe your ball's too heavy, maybe you need a wrist brace and you don't have one. I mean, look, I was not holding it right, and I got the string snapping on my arm the wrong way. And then I went downstairs and I bought a little sleeve I can put on. The guy was like, remember, you gotta hold it the right way, and make sure that, he's like a stop sign, and that's what Mike had told me too. So I didn't think about my own fundamentals. And as soon as the string snapped on there, I was like, boy, I knew it. And there's a little knot there too. It's not just a bruise, it's kind of a knot there. But I felt it. Yeah, I felt it. So, but I don't beat myself up about it. It is remembering the fundamentals, giving myself the grace, breathe through it, do the step by step by step. The other thing I was practicing on today was there's a little bitty level in there. Where's the bubble in the level? Well, once I don't, when I practiced Monday, I never even saw the level, but I saw it today. And when I started getting that leveled up in there, my shot group was getting better, consistent was better. I still have some things to work on, but then it goes back to the vision, the breathing, and then my shoulder. That was the other thing, my shoulder, because I'd shot enough arrows, and I don't know if I have bone spurs in my shoulder too, or maybe it was just muscle failure because I'm not used to holding up, the bow. That tension right there is where I'm feeling it. Um, you just have to give yourself the grace and know when it's time to walk away. So, guess what? I will go back again tomorrow. Yes, go back again tomorrow. So, I'm excited about that. I was trying to think. I want to make sure I go over the things, disability challenges, why, uh, back lupus, sun exposures. So, that's the other thing. If I'm having a flare, I have lupus. Well, we think I have lupus. Some doctors say I do. Some VA doctors say I don't. I don't know. I know I have the tumid lupus, so I'm not supposed to get too much sun exposure. But archery and indoor archery is something I can do indoors. I can go to the gym. I can do that indoors. So I have some indoor option things that I can do that doesn't aggravate me when I'm in a flare, and I feel like I am physically moving. I am getting outside and, well, I'm getting out of the house, right? I am working on my mental health then by getting out, and it's not like I don't have a million things that I can do here. I assure you I do, because I'm still unpacking, rearranging. My daughter's moving out next week, and my house is getting flipped upside down because she's taking stuff and I'm purging. I told y'all even Monday with the Revivalist show, Daryl and I talked about having too much stuff. I am so sick of extra stuff, even though I've got all these books. Yes, I will keep my books. But I am, I want to reduce a lot of the stuff I have. And anyways, Carrie will be able to take a bunch of things with her, which has been part of the plan anyways, because some of it she brought home when my mom passed away. And so now she's going to get to fill her home. I'm so excited for her. But we give ourselves grace through this, flexibility and grace, because like I said, what if you don't feel well? Then take a day off. Just don't take too many days off, because then you're just using excuses. But give yourself some grace. This too shall pass. Try something tomorrow. Expand your horizons here and there, and figure out what you like and what you don't like. There are plenty of these locations that have rental equipment. Even golf courses have rental equipment. You do not feel like you have to go out and buy brand new equipment for a sport that you haven't ever tried. Try the rental equipment and see. There are plenty of veteran nonprofits out there who may be happy to walk you through things. Reach out to them. I saw, I don't know, I think it was on Instagram, maybe have been Facebook. It was a post a while ago about horseback riding. I I posted on them, and they were like, "Hey, we wish more people knew about it." Well, hey, come on my radio show and tell me if you've got a nonprofit that you want folks to know about it because you feel like you have the best kept secret in the veteran world of things. Come on my show and tell the world about it. What is your paid to purpose? Because I guarantee you had it from paid to purpose to start that nonprofit to begin with. And I don't care whether you are like my friend Scott Ressler and you're on an ibogaine journey. Brian Sims has a nonprofit, Leah Stiles, the list goes on and on. Lots of nonprofits. You have a pain to purpose story and come on my show and tell us about it, right? Because there's Patriot Anglers, North Texas Patriot Anglers. I've gone fly fishing a couple of times. Love fly fishing. Do I get now that I'm back here and I can do more with North Texas Patriot Anglers, I hope to get re-involved with them as well. I love fishing. Believe it or not, I am an outdoor girl. Believe it or not, there's this whole nerdy side of me that loves my education pursuit, but I have grown up in the outdoors thanks to Dad. Because yes, I went on plenty of fishing trips with Daddy, and I can fish with him, just with the best of them. He loves tying my knots, so I had to learn how to tie my knots better. But I love to fish, love to do all kinds of things out there. So we got doggies, so find something. That is the point of that. Find something. Don't sit at home and twiddle your thumbs. Don't find another excuse and a reason to, lift another 8 ounces of beer or something, 16 ounces or whatever it is that you do. Get out there and live life. I have a saying. Let me take a drink. A lot of people say that they are working on their bucket list. I don't like using that phrase, bucket list. Bucket list to me is I'm kicking a bucket down the road to die. I don't like that term, bucket list. Ugh. I use my living list, and I add and take away from my living list. I enjoy, and depending upon how I feel, I may put something else new on it. I may take away because that just doesn't, it's not challenging enough, or it just, I'm not in the mood for that. Maybe just I don't get the excitement. That's not too many things that are on the list that drops away, but I find plenty of things to add on to my living list because that's part of just who I am. I love exploring. It's like lifelong learning. I love learning new things. So I'm always adding new stuff on. That's just me. And I have been doing that for the longest time. It took me forever to figure that out. And, my kind of catchphrase is I'm a Jane of all trades, master of none. But I'm flexible that way. I just love learning new stuff. So anyways, let's see. I wanted to go ahead and pivot. Let's see if I can share my screen. So y'all know I have been working on my PhD. It is in the study phase. Let's see if it'll let me, if I can scroll up. So let me go ahead and read this. Y'all see my beautiful artwork that I did with Canva. Take an online survey. Female combat veterans living in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro or San Antonio, Texas areas. Brave women served. The unfulfilled needs of female combat veterans. This is going to start out as an online anonymous survey with a questionnaire consent. Okay. Hello, my name is Eva Fulton, and I am a doctoral student at National University. I am conducting a research study to utilize Freeman's stakeholder theory as a conceptual context to explore the unfulfilled needs of at least 25 to 40 modern day female combat veterans who served in combat roles to determine the public administration policies and programs needed from the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and other veteran program providers. And in order to participate, you are a biological female. That's in context with Executive Order number 14168 in 2025. You are eligible for VA healthcare, were released from the military more than 5 years ago. I don't care whether you're retired, discharged, or whatever. I just need it to be more than 5 years ago. You served on active duty in a designated or so in a designated role. Like, so what I'm trying to say is you receive combat pay, you earned a combat specific award, such as the Bronze Star, the Army Combat Action Badge, or a recognized combat related campaign service medal, i.e., Gulf War, Vietnam, OIF, IEF, that kind of thing. Okay. You'll see in the questions down below. You live in or are located in the vicinity of Dallas-Fort Worth, Metroplex, North Texas area, which is served by the Dallas VA, or you live in or are located in the vicinity of San Antonio, Texas area and served by the San Antonio VA. The following survey includes questions about the demographics of participants mentioned above regarding eligibility requirements, along with some questions related to lived experiences after getting out of the military. These experiences would be related to public administration or policy that affects us female combat veterans. It will take approximately 5 to 10 minutes of your time to complete the survey, which is below. Your participation in this study is voluntary. If you decide to participate, your responses will be anonymous. That is recorded without any identifying information that is linked to you. If you have any questions regarding the survey, please contact me, e.fulton2496@student.nu.edu, or my cell phone, which is 817-690-6349. If you have any questions regarding your rights as a human subject and participant in the study, or to report research-related problems, you may email National University. By clicking on the next button and completing the survey, you indicate that you have consented to participate in this research. If you do not want to participate, please close the browser. So it just goes into the age groups. What is your biological sex? The branch that you served in. What is the major historical conflict that you served in? Could be a couple. Did you receive combat pay? Were you awarded the Bronze Star, the Combat Action Badge, the Purple Heart? Received a combat-related campaign service medal? You live in the state of Texas, what county you live in, and whether it's classified as urban, suburban, or rural, and what was the last year that you served. Remember, I needed you to have served at least 5 years ago, whether you're part of VA North Texas or San Antonio, and if you're willing to participate in the virtual focus groups that I will have in the second round. This is where I need to ask more specific questions. Then please provide your phone number and email where I can reach out to you. That's all the original part of the survey is, and I will put that link in the chat. I need more participants, please. Need more participants to participate. Why is this important, guys? I need you to understand. Why is this important? Because nobody has ever asked us our opinions. This is the time for us to use our voices and participate in the study. So please participate. We get to use our voices here. So anyways, y'all have a great week. Thank you for joining the Military Broadcast Radio on the From Pain to Purpose radio show. And next up is Motivated Mindset. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.